we have started recording. Welcome, everybody,
Ah,
to the Cellar and Folly podcast, episode 30. We are now in our 30s, so we're old and grumpy and,
we're almost as
I'm
old as
still
Caleb.
29. I'm still
Yeah,
29.
yeah.
yeah, all right, very excited about this. Eventually, we will be back in person, do a podcast in person, but it's just not in our luck this month. But, yeah, so we're virtual again. Um, And how are you guys? Are you guys drinking anything other than the mystery whiskey tonight?
Well,
No.
I did have something. I already finished it though. It was an Ithaca sour. I think it was blueberry hibiscus, possibly.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they every year they release the box of sours.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you get
That
the
that's
box?
that's what I. Yep, yep. So I got a few other ones over here as well.
Wow,
Nice.
cool.
Nice. I did also have a drink earlier. For now, I only have what is in front of us, which is the mystery whiskey. But I also had a sour, but it was not from Ithaca. It was from south of Rochester at a small place called Mortalis.
Ooh,
Oh, I just
interesting.
was there. I
You
was
were
just
just at
there.
Mortalis? Oh, it
Yeah,
is. They are amazing.
it was awesome. Like I had one and it tasted almost like it was like a thick juice or something. It was
Exactly. Yeah, they do a
yeah,
lot like that. Yeah. And
like a
so I had a
smoothie almost.
sour. Yeah. Yeah, they're like smoothies. And I
Yeah.
had one that was blueberry, tangerine, mango,
Whoa.
and it was incredible.
Do they have other beers besides sours?
Yeah. Yeah, they make
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. I also got a stout when I was there. It was really good.
Oh,
Yeah, everything that they do is really good. It's like extremely well done. It's a little pricey,
It is a little
but
pricey, yeah, but I
but
think it's
it
worth
is
it. It was
worth
delicious.
it's
Yeah.
worth every penny. Yeah, they do an awesome job. Mortalis Brewing, Avon, New York.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. You just got
cool.
plugged.
I will have to check it out. Yeah, we have to do a brewery run in the Finger Lakes again sometime.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we
Be
have
awesome.
we have to have so much fun with those, and we would get so hammered in the middle of the day.
No, I never did because I drove every single time.
I
So
got hammered, so I
yeah,
have really
there
good
was
memories of that.
yeah, I have a very funny picture of you after one of those where you came back to my apartment and you like had a weighted blanket on you and you almost fell asleep and you were trying to
I had to
leave. We're
drive
like,
home.
yeah, because we were
Yeah,
like, how do
yeah.
we sober Colin up? And then we threw a weighted blanket on you and then
Yep.
I don't know if it
I
did the
remember
trick.
really well. No, it did. It did. It worked really well, and I remember getting yelled at quite a lot when I got home about how I am irresponsible. So
Cool.
I won't ever forget.
I mean, I always felt bad when people would drive from Syracuse to my house in Auburn and then we go. So I was like, "Oh, I'll drive because you guys already drove to get here." But
Right.
then I'm like, I want to get a little
Yeah.
crazy. So next time we do it, we'll have to hire Mark Turley to come drive us around. He would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
Well,
all pitched in $20, I'm sure he'd do it. Like he'd
what
make
if
like
Oh
we
a
bought
yeah,
like
yeah.
$25 worth of hamburgers or something?
I think he's laid back on the hamburgers a little bit, you know? Mark looks
Okay,
good
maybe like a Caesar salad or something.
with hamburger meat in it.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
still a hamburger, but there's green in it, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Um,
it's it's healthier.
yes. Um, but I'm drinking. Um, so yesterday was Whiskey Wednesday, and I think I had told everyone that I'm just trying to get rid of some bottles that I have.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Right.
had like
Right.
two shots in like five bottles I have in my house. And one of them was Jim Beam Orange, because I used it for some sort of cocktail I was experimenting with. And I made the easiest old fashioned I've ever made with Jim Beam Orange. It's literally Jim Beam Orange and bitters, and that's it.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
you don't,
Okay.
it's already kind of watered down. So there's 2 ounces of there, and then a few dashes of bitters, and it's like that, that syrupy kind of flavor to it. So it already has
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
sugar in it. So you just got the whiskey, you got the sugar, you got the orange, and then I threw a little bit of bitters in there, and it's very tasty. Like the bitters like lower the flavor of or like the sweetness to it. So
Right.
I have a couple shots left, and I have some company coming in town. Richard, if you're listening, you will be here tomorrow. Um, I'll have to make some easy old fashions for everybody. So that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
That does sound good.
Yeah, easy because I'm not a huge fan. Like I'll do shots of like the sweet flavored whiskeys, but I don't
Yeah.
usually sip on them. I don't usually like do much with them. So when I get them in my house, they sit there for a while. So now I'm
Yeah.
like pretty excited that this is as good as it is because I had low expectations.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So pretty.
Well, anyway, I mean, there is something else that we're gonna have to sip on soon.
I
So are you
know,
gonna be
which is a
sipping
good.
on two things at the same time, or
Yeah,
what are you
that's
doing?
fine because that's a good palate cleanser. This orange.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm gonna. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm about to put it in a glass. What are you guys about to do
Yeah.
that too?
I'm
I
about to do the same
just
thing.
I just poured my mystery whiskey into the glass.
Okay.
Colin, you know
For
what it
everybody
is?
listening, I do not know what it is.
Oh, you're
I did not
supposed
pick
to.
it.
You're supposed to know what it is actually, because
I'm
the last.
supposed to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
know. I know.
oh, he
That's
wants
Well,
to.
okay.
we'll have to
That's
circle
okay.
around. We'll have to circle around and do that another time then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
mean, well, maybe I'll get it or maybe not. I have no idea. But I
I
do have one clue to give you guys,
okay. Yeah. What is the
and that
clue?
is, yeah. Now this isn't. It's an incidental clue because I had to bring the bottle into the room, but I don't know what the bottle is.
I know what it
But
is already. I think.
it's in a paper bag,
Oh, that's a great
and
clue.
yeah, and it is a smaller bottle. It's not like a really tall 750. I mean, it could be a 750. I don't know, but it's a shorter. It's like a chode, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a
I'm
chode.
smelling. Are
Yeah,
we talking about it already or no? Not yet.
No,
I think we
let's
can
just
talk
sip.
about.
Yeah, we can. I mean, unless we want to, because last month Caleb got it right away.
Oh
I
shit!
yeah, I know. I think I know what this is. Um,
All right, this smells pretty strong. Smells pretty strong.
I think I know what this is already. Um,
I'm not convinced it's alcohol.
all I gotta say
Wow.
is that
I
yeah, Caleb probably does not like this.
tastes like
Look at
coffee a little bit.
Yeah. So
his a little bit.
I have two guesses, and one of them is kind of interesting because can I say it? Can we talk about this yet or?
I mean, what the heck? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, why don't you guess? Why don't you guess about it right
I have
now,
two,
and
and
we'll
one would be
stew and think.
okay.
Yeah.
My guess is there's two.
Hmm.
One I can't really tell because this is actually it could be a repeat offender, which is the Jameson
It
cold
could
brew.
be.
It could be
It
that
could be.
Jameson cold brew. So I'm not getting, but my other guess is I forgot who makes it, but it's called the Drunken Bean, which is another coffee whiskey
Yeah.
that I've seen in liquor stores. I haven't tried it, but what I heard from someone, I asked about it at the liquor store I usually go to, um, and they say it's like Jameson cold brew, but it's a little sweeter. And
I don't know.
because are you guys getting any sweetness at all? I can't tell because I'm sipping a sweet drink already.
Uh, so yeah, the thing
I
is
don't really
like
get a
cold
lot of
brew.
sweetness. I don't know. I'm not
I
tasting
don't
a ton of
either,
sweet.
but cold brew was quite bitter.
I
So
don't think it's the cold brew. I don't think it's the cold brew.
saying that this would be sweet, if this is, I mean, whether or not this is cold brew, not sure yet, but if this were sweeter, I think it's just a matter of not necessarily having as like high of a like whiskey flavor right
Yeah,
on the palate, you know?
that's why
It
I think
Like
it
almost
might
this
be
has.
that
is
Jameson. That's why I think it might be
It
Jameson.
almost has like a wash your sister sauce flavor a little bit,
Really
like a soy sauce or something. Like
interesting. Yeah, I think I
yeah,
know, but I could only be tasting that right now because you said it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
mhm.
know.
I gotta say this though. Now, for better or worse, I think we will have a wonderful product on the market when Java Rye is available for everybody else because it tastes
Hmm.
so much better than this.
Oh,
Oh
yeah. That's I
It
love our
is
stuff.
so much better.
no,
I love it.
Everybody in the world, if you like coffee, you like whiskey, you want them combined, hold on a few months, because what we have tastes so much better than this.
By the way, guys, we now have Java Rye because we did that AT Wally event last month. I made a couple bottles of it. So for tasting only, I'm not going to throw it into cocktails or anything, but for tastings only, you can come to the shop and try our Java Rye. Just
And we do have somebody scheduled tomorrow, a group for tasting, right?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of people coming out
We
tomorrow, but we
do.
do have a
That's
tasting
awesome.
tomorrow, and excited about it. First one to take advantage of our scheduler on our website, cellarandfollywhiskey.com. Also, I think I gotta ask where they found it, but I think this might be a pretty good segue into um, that I hung up some posters at this liquor store called Senate Still and Barrel that we are now in, our very first liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
And it has in
Yay.
big bold print on the bottom, it says cellarandfollywhiskey.com. So I'm wondering if they went there, saw the poster, went to it, and scheduled a tasting. Maybe.
I guess we'll
Awesome.
find out tomorrow.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, you heard that correctly. We're in our very first liquor store, which took months of dealing with. Um, I met with Senate Still and Barrel probably 2 months ago. Did a tasting for them. They liked the product. They and then at the end they were like, okay, well we just have to talk to our attorney because I know you guys can sell to us, but we're not sure if we can purchase from you. This is a little
Right.
inside baseball right now with our laws and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And come to find out, their lawyer named Allie has come to uh, Cellar and Folly and pre-ordered a bottle, and she was great. It turns out she is also the lawyer for Britches, who we're also in as well. Um, and it took a little bit of time, but then I figured, I would follow up with the liquor store, like, hey, did you guys talk to your lawyer yet? Did you guys talk to your lawyer yet? No, not yet, but we will. Yeah, we're busy. I'm like, no problem. Like, I don't want to be too pushy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took a while. Then I was like, I could probably just reach out to their lawyer, and I did. I was fully intending on paying for a meet and greet with Allie to talk because one thing that we want to do is get to know the retail side a little bit better so we know who we can sell to, who we can't sell to. So
Right.
I had, officially emailed, um, professionally emailed, I should say, Allie and was like, can I set up a meeting with you to kind of, I know you don't deal with manufacturers, but you deal with retail and we're trying to get into that side. And she was like, yeah, no problem. And she wants to deal more with the manufacturing side. So she was like, let's call this a wash as far as money goes because I'm learning, you're learning. Like, we're just having a conversation. I was like, you're the best. Thank you so much.
Everybody wins.
And she
Yeah.
got back to us saying, yeah, like they can buy from you as long as you have this one certificate. So then I go online, I filed for the certificate, we get it, it's fine. And then the same person, Joe, who owns Senate Still and Barrel, also owns Belvedere's. So I had the idea. I was like, well, I'm going to contact him because my so-called band, Caleb and I's band, was playing there. And I go, I know you're still working on, um, the liquor store, but we're in all these bars now. We know that we can sell to you. Do you want to do this? And we can have a release date. It's going to be fun. We can do it while my so-called band plays. And he goes, yeah, absolutely, no problem. So we're in Belvedere's. If any of your
Nice.
Auburn listeners are there in Auburn, go to Belvedere's and get some Cellar and Folly Chai Fusion whiskey. Um, and and once we played, like we took a break, and I saw Joe, and I was like, Joe, I have an email from your lawyer that says I can sell in your liquor store. And he goes, okay, let's do it. And the next day we were in Senate Still and Barrel. So I literally pulled, all right, well, if you're not going to follow up with your lawyer, I will. So it
Getting
took a
things
long time.
done.
Yeah. Um, That's how determined I am. And now that we're in the liquor store,
Pretty
it should
happy
be.
ending.
Yeah, now that we are in liquor stores, it's going to be easier to sell. I've also talked to Hallinan's and Pascal's in Syracuse, and we're in talks. So hopefully in the Syracuse area, we'll be in liquor stores soon as well. And we're talking to like a few other bars. Um, so the list keeps growing of where we'll be. So, but as of right now, if you want a bottle of our stuff, the only place you can get it is either at Cellar and Folly on Fridays or at Senate Steel and Barrel in Auburn. It's in the same plaza as the Movieplex in Auburn, same plaza as Simple Roast, um, and yeah, it's right on Route 5 when you enter in to Auburn. So
Right. And word on the street is they don't have much left.
yeah,
It,
they're
it, it
selling it.
seems to be
They're selling
selling
it.
out.
They're
That's
selling it.
awesome.
So,
Yeah.
um, yes, thank you guys. If you've, I mean, I know this isn't posted on anywhere besides our Patreon, but if you're in Auburn and had been buying it from there, thank you so much. Um, yeah, so that's big news. So thank you, Senate Steel and Barrel, Joe and Sarah over there have been really great with communication, and yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you, everybody. Good night. Bye.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I
See you
just
guys
talked.
later.
I just talked straight for like 10 minutes. So someone else start talking now. I'm done.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna sip the
So
whiskey.
yeah, let's all take a slight dead air break. Mm.
I'm drinking some soy sauce over here mixed with coffee.
It does kind of, I do get that endangered tang that you're referring to there with that soy
Endangered
sauce.
tank.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously that's really exciting,
Did you
that
just
we
call me an
have
orangutan?
it was in subtext, but yes, I did call you
Okay.
orangutan. Yeah.
Okay.
It is super exciting that we're in our very first liquor store. Hoping that we'll have, by the time our next podcast comes out, we'll be in more. But we do also have some other exciting things happening in the whiskey world right now, this month,
Yeah.
like our current cocktail
Yes.
at the shop, which seem to be doing very well. Nick, excellent, mixologist, bartender extraordinaire.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm just looking at you right now, and I know, like, if you're not watching the video of this, it's not going to come across very well. But I just look at you, and I just see, someone who has a shaker and a bow tie, and makes magic.
I do not wear a bow
That's
tie
just
on
what
Fridays,
comes.
but
I have
So
some
what?
really nice. I have some really nice bow ties. Maybe I'll bring one on Friday.
okay, I'll wear it.
Cause
If
I,
you,
yeah, yeah.
I'll make sure I wear a collared shirt so it'll look nice.
I don't even think you need to wear a shirt.
I do.
Just a bow tie.
I do. You don't want to see this. It'll deter people from the shop if I don't wear a shirt. I promise you
All
that.
right, we talked enough about what you're like shirtless yesterday, so I guess
Yes.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Go back and watch the Whiskey Wednesday. You can hear all about my chest. Um,
My
my
chest
bare
too,
chest.
actually.
Yeah, we talked about that for a while. Yeah. So we have really great specials this month. I try to make them refreshing. The summer months are here now, and we have using and this one I'm very proud of. At least the name of this one I'm very proud of. I wanted to do something with iced tea, and I love a play on words. So we're gonna use our chai whiskey for this iced tea. So it's gonna be called a chiced tea. Um, and if you say that fast enough, it sounds like Chisty. So I name it the Feisty Chisty. Um,
Yep.
and it's very good. It uses unsweetened iced tea because I just felt like it would be too sweet with it. So our chai whiskey with unsweetened iced tea, and I made homemade peach schnapps, um, and so it's got like a peach iced tea kind of, and then the schnapps adds a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's not overpowering. Sometimes iced tea is like really sweet.
Really
Yeah,
strong, yeah,
the
like
sweet tea is
Lipton.
it's too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. So with the peach schnapps that is very sweet, it's not too over sweet because of the unsweetened iced tea. And then we garnish with a lemon wheel, which looks really nice. And we use our tall our highball glasses for it. Looks amazing. Um, We also have a classic whiskey sour, which is just our Auburn Reserve whiskey with sour mix, a little bit of grenadine, just because we like that kind of cherry vibe. Grenadine's like pomegranate juice, but it has a kind of like we garnish with a cherry, and we also a classic uh, whiskey sour has froth to it, which usually has egg white. But Fee Brothers out of Rochester, they're known for their bitters. They make an egg-free um, foam, kind of like just a couple dashes of it, and you shake it up real good. Vegan
Hmm.
for everybody, so um, it's really really good. It frosts really nice, and then I put a little dash of bitters on top of the foam, and then I run a pick through it so it looks like a little heart. It's very pretty, and I garnish with a cherry. Um, and then we have those are our whiskey drinks. And our vodka drink is a pink lemonade, which I do straight lemon juice with simple syrup. Vodka, we use 1911's vodka. And to make it pink, I put just a touch of grenadine in it, shake it up, and then garnish that with a wheel as well. And I've been putting frozen raspberries on top of that as well. Very, very
Ooh,
good.
Frozen
Yeah,
raspberries.
frozen raspberries.
Wow.
And then we have something called the bee's knees, which is typically made with lemon juice, but we have the whiskey sour, we have the lemonade, we have a lot of lemon already. So I switched it up and did lime, and I wasn't sure how that would react because a bee's knees is
Hmm.
typically gin, which we use 1911 gin, um, and honey and lemon juice. That's all it is. But I switched it up. We try to do everything vegan, so I use agave, and I switched up with lime instead of lemon. And you shake it up really good with the agave, like that, like mellow sweetness with the sour. It tastes like key lime pie. It's so good. It's
oh
so
wow.
good. And then the gin is like just adds that little botanical kind of juniper taste to it too. Very good, very delicious. That's also been a pretty good uh,
Cellar.
seller. Yeah, very
But
popular
not
drink.
folly, just
Not
cellar.
Folly. No, with
Yeah,
the S.
yeah.
Yeah,
S.
yeah. I have
So,
also just been obsessed with key lime pie related drinks
ooh,
lately
nice.
because well a lot of breweries now are making sours and lagers that have that
The
flavor in
yeah,
it and it
yeah,
comes through so well. So anytime any kind of cocktail has that flavor, I just go wild.
yeah. So I know there's
Yeah.
actually called something like a lime called a key lime, like they're like
Yeah.
bigger or
Yep.
smaller. I don't know what it is, but to make key
From
lime,
Key West.
if you want to use like key lime, you pretty much just add vanilla to lime, and it has that kind of flavor to it,
Hmm.
which is really good. That's why like the agave works well with the
Yeah.
with that. So like
Yeah. It works
it just
really
kind of
well.
adds a little bit more sweetness than sour. So it works really
Right.
well, and it works really well with the gin. Um, and it's funny because Josh Haverlock, a Patreon member, um, he texted me. He goes, "Oh, the place I bartend at also has a bee's knees. How do you make yours? Do you do different?" And I go, "Oh yeah." And I told him I do it lime instead of lemon. He goes, "I'm gonna try that tomorrow." And he went to work. He tried it, and he texted me back, and he was like, "Yeah, that's really good." He goes, "I don't know if I would call it a bee's knees. I would probably like change the name because it's not a bee's knees because it's not. There's no lemon in it." But I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but
What
we're
kind of
calling it a
what
bee's
kind of
knees.
what kind of flying insect is green that we can use? Maybe we'll call it the mosquito or
The
something.
praying mantis.
The
The
praying
man
man,
the
the
mantis.
mantis. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah. So we still
Although
have.
that doesn't rhyme.
I know. If you're listening to this, this will be released on a Friday. If you're listening to this before we open, we have 3 more weeks left of those specials. So, or if you're listening to it after Friday, we have 2 more weeks left of the specials. So come on out, enjoy them. We're open Fridays 5 to 9. We expect a pretty good crowd tomorrow. Hope that we have a very small space, but hopefully it doesn't scare you from coming out. But usually it happens in waves. Like we have like a group that comes in, they have a couple cocktails, they leave, and another group comes in, and then Tom's there all night, and it's great.
Yeah.
We have the ring
He
game.
is the constant.
We talked last night. I don't know if you were a part of this conversation, Colin. Caleb may have been, but
Yeah,
we're
I
talking
definitely
about
was.
we're talking about having maybe taking a Saturday, opening up on a Saturday, um, one time just to have a ring game tournament.
Love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
that
yeah.
sounds awesome.
My only worry immediately is how we make sure that the ring string is secure and doesn't shift at all. Like, can we make sure
So
it doesn't move?
yes, I have already fixed that problem, and
Ah, yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already fixed it because when it was in the other room before we divided the wall, it was kind of set back into like our workspace
Right,
originally.
right.
When I moved it into the tasting room, I secured it really good. So
Okay.
it has not
Okay.
moved since I moved it. So
That's
um,
probably why I can't score a single point.
and I think we should open it up. I think we should open it up to all ages, only because Ruby is so good at the game, and I want her to. I want to see her k- crush
She's
everyone
gonna
else.
kill everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will set that up. I think that'd be a really fun event to hold at the shop, and like the bar will be open.
Absolutely.
The bar will be open for drinks and cocktails and stuff, and then we'll have a tournament. But I know Tom wants to participate. Jay is getting really good at the game. Um, maybe we can do it during the day, and then we can. Caleb can. Maybe we could. This is what we should do. We should do it during the day. So, and it should be on a day where Caleb only has one show and it's in the Finger Lakes area, so Caleb can go.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have a feeling Caleb would like crush everybody. I don't know. You're just really good at bar games. You are so good at
Yeah,
bar
I,
games.
I do love that ring game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll give you some dates later, and we can
Okay.
figure it out. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to plan that. That should be a really fun event. So stay tuned for that. Um, yes,
Love it.
that's it for the shop. Come on, we're open 5:30 every Friday. Um, come on out if we haven't seen you, and thank you for everyone that keeps coming out every Friday. We have a really good regular crowd. Tom, Ann, and Jay, Holly, Becky, John, Corinne. Um, we just have a really good crowd. Molly's there a lot. Um, my parents are always there. Tom's parents came out a couple weeks ago. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we have a really good regular crowd. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. But yeah, come on out on Friday. We're open at 5:30.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Hell to the
Oh,
yes.
oh man. What are we talking about next? Probably
Um,
cut this out. I'm blanking. I'm blanking. I'm
we could
blanking.
talk
I don't
In-person
have
about
anything.
cocktail class.
yes, in-person cocktail class.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time we're ever doing anything like that. We
Yeah,
are we've done how many cocktail classes now?
this will be our 30th one. Yeah.
Really? So we've done the same number of podcasts that we have cocktail class.
Technically, yeah, yeah, yeah. We have
Did it actually equal that way? Like
no,
they're the same
there was
number?
1 or 2 months we didn't do a podcast, and then there's 1 month we didn't do a cocktail class. So
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's kind of evening out a little bit. But yeah, in 30 months, that's shortly over 2 years,
yeah.
if my math is right. We've
Well, it's
never
two.
done anything like this.
It's 2.5 years. Think about it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at math. Yeah, 2.5 years exactly. We've never done anything like this. The first time ever we have an in-person class
Yes.
in
Yeah,
a
well,
in
we
a
were dealing with
physical
COVID for a
location.
while.
And I will
Well,
say
yeah, yeah.
it's the first one in a while that we haven't had first one in a while that we've had a special guest, uh, like a company coming to be a special guest on our podcast. We haven't done that in quite some time. Um, we've had people be sponsors of like the last one I think was Fizz Soda. They weren't a part of the class, but they helped, like they donated some bottles of soda for us or
Hmm.
Hmm.
that sort of thing. So first one ever, or first one in a while. First one ever for in person, and the first one in a while for a special guest. So, Stout Beard Brewing Company is our special guest. We're using their peanut butter porter in our drink, and it's very good. Love that beer. For people wondering, it is lactose free. They do have one stout that is not. Their coffee stout does have lactose in it, but this one is lactose free for the dairy free people that are part of our class. Um, and we are using our chai whiskey. It's going to be a chai peanut butter Boilermaker, and very excited for it. Big bar. It's in Liverpool, New York. Hopefully, you guys can make it. But if you can't, no worries. We are still doing the online class the same night. Um, Cocktail class in person starts at 7. The one online starts at 8 o'clock. Normal time for everybody else that's either out of town or can't make it. Um, no worries at all. And we're very excited.
In person, family friendly too.
Family friendly. Bring your kids.
Yes.
There's mocktails. There's TVs. There's board games. We'll make it work. And it's a big place, so they can be kind of far away from the bar if you don't feel comfortable with them near the bar. Um, so yeah, bring the kids. I'm gonna be going around and asking people um, for confirmation because if you don't show up, you have to let us know so we can deliver your cocktail kit.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That is part of the big difference
yeah.
is because this is in person, normally we actually deliver by hand
Uh-huh.
with horse and buggy
Well,
all of the kits. I mean, I delivered all my kits last month with horse and buggy. I didn't use a
I
car.
ride a trike, sometimes a unicycle.
yeah.
That seems pretty impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need you just have to have, the kits in your hands. You don't need handlebars. But
Sure.
anyway, yeah, we need to know beforehand who is going to be actually participating in person so we can have your kit on hand, you know. So definitely let us know beforehand. Either way, that way, you know, if you are going to be there, we'll have your kit ready for you. And if you're not going to be able to make it, then you're going to join the normal class. Or either way, if you won't be able to join, then we'll still deliver to your kit to you as normal. So just have to plan that out, I guess, soon because it's coming up. It's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
we're
it's the 26th.
yeah, it's actually almost a week
It's
away.
a week and a half. Yeah. This is the second time in 5 minutes that my
Math,
math has been poor.
math,
So
Colin.
yeah, this is why I don't do math for a living. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Our very first in-person one. Hopefully, you guys show up to it. And if you don't, then we know not to do it again.
Right.
I think a
Right.
lot of people do like being able to like have a drink from the comfort of their own home. Like, um, it's a selling point when I pitch the Patreon to people. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'll deliver to your door, and you don't have to leave your house. So
Yeah.
I'm a little worried to see how this goes. If it's really good, then we'll do it again at some point. But if no one shows up, then we know not to do it
You,
again.
you never know. You never,
Yeah,
I mean, we've never done anything like this. So,
Yeah.
right.
it's different. And, it's also tough because we do have, I mean, part of the comfort with the whole cocktail class is we have a pretty wide distribution of people, you
Yeah,
know, like people are probably within like a 50-minute radius,
yep,
between all the way in Auburn, I mean, Caleb's in Lafayette, I'm in Syracuse, and then we have patrons spread all throughout that area,
yeah, yeah,
you know. So trying to have everybody physically go to a centralized location, that could be tough.
yeah. Hmm.
So you never know. You
Yep,
never know.
And then, of course, the people who are out of state,
yeah, for sure too.
obviously they're not going to be there. But
Which is
I
great about
expect all of them to be there.
yeah. Well, we already know that Julie is not. She told us not to ship hers. Um, she's in Bali for the next 2 months. Or where's she going?
She is going to Bali.
She is
Yeah.
going to
my
Bali. Yeah,
God, well,
Yeah.
lucky her.
yeah.
I know,
She's
right?
going
It's like the
for
nicest place in the world.
I know she's going for a full month, which makes it like so she can't do the next 2 classes.
Oh
But we've
wow,
already set up uh when she gets back, like her and Molly and I are gonna like Zoom and just drink 3 cocktails in one night.
it's
um,
awesome.
That sounds
yeah,
excellent.
yeah, or maybe she'll do the August one, and then after everyone left, like me and Molly and her and whoever wants to join, we'll just keep drinking, and I'll teach her how to make the next 3 cocktails. Um, so, yeah, but which is great too because Richard is coming into town this weekend, so I don't have to ship his. He can just take it from me, which is great. Um, but
Nice.
yeah,
That's cool.
we have to ship Joe and Teresa's, and also Mike, our new Patreon member,
Mike.
who we
Yep.
should
Right.
shout out. I don't know if we've shouted him out yet, but Mike, what's up, Mike? Thanks for
We're doing it
joining.
right now.
But he lives in Massachusetts, so he's another one we got to ship to. But
He's a good dude. I'm glad he's part of the
yeah,
Patreon
you
now.
know, how do you know him, by the way? You know him
Well,
before.
honestly, I kind of just know him through the music scene and through Jared too.
Yeah, that's how I met
Yeah.
him.
Jared just knows everybody,
He
so.
does.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah,
guess
and also
maybe Mike will be happy to know this is Jared's, company,
Brewery. Yeah, yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
brewery,
Sarah knows
working
him
with us.
too. So
Nice. But yeah, he's our newest Patreon member. So thanks for subscribing, buddy. And he said it was so funny because I FaceTimed Jared on his birthday, and he had told me like the day or two before. He's like, for my birthday, I'm just getting out of town. I go, where are you going? He goes, I don't know. And I go, he goes, I'm just gonna get in my car and drive. I'm like, okay, cool. And I FaceTime on his birthday, and he drove to Massachusetts, and he was hanging out with Mike, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Like he was there, like he was like half a bottle.
That's so
I
awesome.
know. They were like half a bottle into some vodka or something. I don't know what they were drinking, but they were pretty tipsy, and
that's awesome.
it was cool. I was like, "Are you in Massachusetts?" I saw Mike, and I was like, "Are you in Massachusetts?" He goes, "Yeah, I just drove here." So it was cool. But
Good for him.
yes, yeah, in-person cocktail class the 26th. Also, um, if you want to invite a friend, it's open to the public. We haven't done that in a while either. So it's
True.
$25 if they want to join the cocktail class. Usually I know it's 20, but we're using a real venue this time, and we're using ingredients that this venue has, so it's just a little extra. And also, tell your friend that you want to, wants to join the class. Hey, if you want to spend less money every month, join the Patreon.
Join the class.
Yeah.
Join the
Heck yeah.
Patreon.
So, yeah, it's $25 for friends and family that also want to join. And also, the bar will be open as well, so you can come after the cocktail. You can stay for a drink or get a shot on the side, or whatever you want to do. So,
Whatever you want.
yeah.
I'm gonna do it all.
All right. But it's a very tasty cocktail. Jared and I collaborated on this cocktail, and we're very excited about it. So, yes.
I'm excited about it. I mean, Caleb and I kind of tried it.
Well, I had one.
Yeah, but I had not perfected it yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a little different because, fun fact, all three of us happened to be at Stout Beard the same day
Yeah.
when we were talking about this. And Nick, you were, whipping up a drink, this drink, but it was slightly different. So I guess we have an idea what it's going to be like.
Yeah, you have an
But
idea.
we don't know.
That's true. I didn't
Yeah.
think of the proportions at all yet. I was just kind of like, oh, these go together,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So,
Well, I'm excited to taste the final product. That's for
Yeah.
sure. It was awesome, just what you did before. So
cool. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to try it, and it's beer and whiskey in the same drink. It's gonna be amazing.
We have done that before, and it has been wildly successful.
I know, that was a good one. Next Chapter was our guest for that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we now have a new whiskey for everyone. You guys voted. The votes are in, and you voted on
This is true.
toasted oatmeal raisin for the next whiskey for us to attempt to make. Yeah, I think by the way, I think the Applewood smoked vanilla was a pretty good hit. I think that was I think
I
everyone
think it
enjoyed
was
that.
too.
I very much enjoyed it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we
That
still
was-
have more at the shop.
yeah.
If anyone wants to come and try some, if you haven't yet, or if you want more, we have some at the shop for you to try.
How much is left?
We have a couple of bottles left, actually. I made
Oh,
a
awesome.
lot.
All right.
I made a lot of it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do something fun with a cocktail with it if we have that much left.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, toasted oatmeal raisin. I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do with it, but we are working on it. Um, there may be, a couple, uh, maybe a year ago now at this point, we did the the spicy whiskey, the
The pepper whiskeys.
pepper whiskeys, and we did two. I have a couple of ideas, so I may do two whiskeys for this one too.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard to decide,
yeah,
if you have multiple ideas, it's like what direction do you want to go? Maybe it's just best to do both and
yeah.
let people decide.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have an
especially
idea
if you
of.
want one kind of sweet, but not maybe one not.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I think most people are gonna
Right,
think this is gonna be like an oatmeal raisin cookie,
Yeah, yeah.
but we always do it our way, and I want to do it our
right.
way because I'm curious to see what that tastes like. But I'm also like,
Yep.
maybe I should do one for the people. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do one
Um,
for you and one for the
yeah, you gotta
people.
do one for me, one for them. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
yep.
just a quick little thing. We are working on it. It is currently in our brains. We just have to put it on paper and just do it.
And then get it
But
in a
we,
barrel. From
yeah,
paper to
get it in a
barrel.
beer. But we've been trying to get into bars and liquor stores, and we're just a little busy. This one may take way more time than the last one that took only like 6 weeks. Um, so yeah, we're working on it. It's coming out. Don't you worry. Um, yes, that's all I'll say about that. And then we have a really fun event that Colin is working in July. We're just gonna mention it quickly. We'll have more information probably next podcast, but
Yeah, yeah. But if you guys remember, wow, this was a while ago. It was when last, like fall 2022.
well, we did it twice. We did one in
Yeah,
June
I
and
was
one
there
in
the first
October.
time.
No, I meant the last time we
The
were
last
there.
time we were there was in
Yeah,
October. Yeah,
October. That was right. Yeah.
it
So
was it
last,
was
yeah,
it was the day that we got approved for our permit.
it was.
We
So I
found
mean,
out there.
we've had really good news. Just striking lightning with this. So we've been here twice, where we had a little table set up at Westcott's Barbershop in Central Square, New York. And yeah, the last time we were there, Nick and I were there, and we had some awesome drinks. If you guys, didn't see the social media pictures or whatever, that was when we had one of the drinks that had the dry ice inside of it.
Oh yeah, that
That
was a
was
good one.
that was just foaming and everything. It was so cool. It was actually a really good drink as well. But that day was when we found out that we got approved for our uh, distilling permit, right?
Yeah.
Or
Oh yeah.
our temporary liquor license. Excuse me. It was a temporary liquor license, which was a huge milestone for us. Now, fast forward, I guess it will be. I can't do math 3 times.
8 months.
Thank you very much. I would have my brain would have fallen out of my ears. 8 months later, after we have already gotten all of our approvals and everything, we have bottles on shelves and everything. We're gonna come back to the barbershop with another event in July on the 23rd, and we will
Fourth,
actually be able to
fourth, 24th.
24th. What? Wow.
Sunday the 24th.
Sunday is the 23rd according to
Okay,
my
then the
calendar.
23rd. I'm so sorry.
All right, I was gonna say I can't do wrong numbers 4 times. I will throw a fit. But that yeah, the 23rd, and we can actually sell bottles.
Oh
So
yeah.
we also have, yeah, we are, fully licensed and everything, to do everything that we do to. There was interest the last time we were at the shop about, people inquiring about sales, buying a bottle and everything. We can sell a bottle. I will be happy to sell you a bottle while we're there.
Yes.
Um, the more information to come with that, as far as like timings and what else will be available at this event and so on. So we'll probably talk about that next month because it's still 6 weeks away.
Yeah, it's still a while away, and there's going to be other vendors too. So like, come for us, but also like know that there's going to be a winery there, I think, too, selling their
Yeah,
stuff, and lots of other vendors. And then why not get a haircut while you're there too? Because they fucking kill it with
they
their
do cut hair. Yeah,
barbershop skills. I watched
yeah.
people
You can
do it.
have a drink. You
Yeah.
can have a drink and get your hair cut at the same time.
Are they going to have a barbershop quartet there?
Caleb, if you're not booked for a show, then you could go there only if you're doing strictly a cappella.
Oh wow, nobody wants to hear that.
I do.
Okay, bring tomatoes with
All right.
Nice.
Well,
So yeah, that's
I mean,
we are going to have we are going to have some more tastings at other places too. I know I can think of a couple on the top of my head, but we won't mention them quite yet until it gets a little more solidified. But keep an eye out. We'll
closer.
let y'all know. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye out for those. And then the last thing I have on my list is to talk about what this mystery whiskey is.
I know
Yeah.
we've been.
I
I mean, we've
finished
been
it. I
talking a
finished it.
while.
I'm done.
I
I've
have a
been really
little bit
nursing
left.
it.
Caleb, you obviously don't like it because every time you take a sip, your
Yeah,
face
it's
just
coffee.
looks really upset.
All I can say is, yeah, I mean, I would have already finished that a while ago, but I finally just finished it.
Yeah.
I would say that it's probably a little um, less, it's not 80 proof, maybe 70. That's my guess as far as the proof goes.
You think it's
Um,
lower than 80? Wow.
I do,
Okay.
I do. Um,
I don't.
I'm just
I
trying to
personally
think of,
don't think that.
I'm just trying to think of things that I could possibly guess. I mean, it's
Hmm.
coffee. It's not. It's not going to be like, hey, this is a coffee soy sauce whiskey. Like that's ridiculous. So I'm not going to guess that that's in it. It just has that kind of flavor to me for some reason, and I don't taste. It doesn't taste super sweet to me, and I don't really. I don't care for it really, but that's just me.
Um.
Nick?
So yeah, I think it is. I don't think it's more than 85, but I think it's in that sweet spot. But I still think it's 80 because I do get that bite. But I don't, like Caleb was saying, I don't know if it's the bitterness of the coffee itself. I
Yeah.
don't. It could be. It could be a lower proof. I don't know. Um, I'm just trying to think of the coffee whiskeys that are out right now.
Hmm.
I
Um,
don't know any except for that one we tried before, and
yeah,
it
there's
made me
the
mad, but
Yeah.
I
Jameson
can't remember
cold
what it
brew.
tastes like.
I'm just gonna list them all. That way, if you hear me say it, and it is one of those coffee whiskeys, then I'll get the point for it. You know what I mean? So the three that I know are Drunken Bean, um, Jameson Cold Brew, which would be funny if it was a repeat. So that's the thing about having our significant others pick these things. They don't know what's been done before. So it's possible there could be a
Right.
repeat. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
um, or I know that Screwball came out with one, but they're called, I forget what their brand name is. It's like First Class or something like that. I think is the real name of their company. Um, it's like First Flight, or I
I
forget what
mean,
it is.
would that does that mean you get a point just because you know of other coffee whiskeys that you're just throwing out there though?
Yes. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Yeah.
you have a
Just say every possible brand you can think of.
Those are the only three I know. But
Yeah.
I haven't tried them all. You know what I mean? So like I
Yeah.
haven't tried Drunken Bean, but I know it exists. Like why
yeah,
not try? You know. Um,
yeah.
but those that's what I think. But I think I'm gonna go with my first guess is Jameson Cold Brew because it's not that sweet, and Jameson Cold Brew is not that sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that
This
sugary
wasn't
kind
very
of
sweet.
It
no.
probably is that. I think that's more accessible out on the market right now because I've never seen the other ones, but I do see Jameson Cold Brew out there.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yep.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. All
Okay.
right.
Yep.
Let's.
I also, I mean, I have to guess as well because I don't know what it is. Now, I only know of two coffee whiskeys. Obviously, Jameson Cold Brew, which we've done before, and I was the one who got the point for it.
Yeah.
But I also, and you guys have probably seen this too. Um, have you ever seen the Japanese whiskey Nika?
No.
It's a coffee whiskey as well. It's pretty like simple label, but it's pretty well known. But the color doesn't look like this. Like this is black.
Oh
This
yeah,
this
yeah.
Yeah.
looks like coffee. So it's got to be something like that. So I think I'm gonna go with Jameson Cold Brew, but I also just knowing Bridget, feel like she wouldn't stoop to that decision and would have done something weird.
Okay.
So my guess is it's going to be something slightly different.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
ready? Yeah, but
yeah. I think
I
you're
mean,
right.
I don't know what that is. I don't know other brands except for the one other coffee whiskey I know, which looks nothing like this.
What if
Yeah,
So
I can't.
hold on, hold on. What if she fucked with us and got the fucking 1911 cold brew vodka? That'd be funny.
that would be really funny
But I think she knows
and
it's a whiskey.
horrifying.
Yeah. Horrifying. I love that.
She
I love that.
no, I mean
I
that would
didn't.
be horrifying for us to be like,
Yeah, right,
how
right.
did we not figure this out?
I didn't
You
like
know,
the. I didn't like the Jameson cold brew, and I don't like this. So it could very well be that. Although I probably wouldn't like. Well, I see. I like our coffee whiskey though. I don't know.
ours is very different.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It doesn't take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like if it is Jameson cold brew, I feel like it's a draw, right? Like we
yeah.
all kind of like assume that's what it is. But the bottle makes me think that it might not be because it's Jameson has those
It's
tall
small.
bottles.
Yeah.
It's a shorter
And
bottle, and
unless she got like a 375 of it, which I doubt.
possibly, but yeah, I doubt it.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well,
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
I'll stick with my kind of weird soy sauce kind of flavor. I don't know how that would help me. And also the obviously coffee, and I think it's a little lower proof, maybe 70.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We're gonna put Caleb down for the Kikkoman brand whiskey.
That's funny.
They make excellent soy sauce now. Okay, all right. Let's figure out what this is. I got my big ass brown paper bag here.
Yeah, I don't think it's Jameson.
It definitely doesn't feel like Jameson
Yeah,
bottle. I have. It's a weird shaped bottle.
I'm going Drunken Bean.
It is Beacon Coffee Bourbon.
Okay.
Never heard of this.
Yeah.
Interesting colors. Bourbon with it's Sumatran roast for those of you who care
Matcha.
about the type of bean. It
It's dark.
is very dark. Yeah, this looks like a stout. Bourbon whiskey with cold brew coffee. It is. Caleb gets a point.
70.
65 proof.
Wow.
I almost said 65. I went with 70 though.
Wow, indeed. It is only 32.5% alcohol. That is low.
Yeah, it's very low. I feel like Caleb gets this one. We all said none of
I,
us got it, but
yeah,
Caleb got the proof like almost right there.
yeah. I
We,
mean, he
we
was the only
obviously
one
all
who
knew it was
said anything
coffee.
like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all knew it was coffee.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's
that
a
was
draw.
blatant.
That's yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a blatant. Yeah, yeah. So I think Caleb deserves that
Yeah,
point.
so do I. I
The
think Caleb
All
brand,
gets
right.
I
it.
Well,
mean, the
I'll take
brand,
it.
yeah,
The
I
brand
need
was
it.
hard to get.
definitely.
I mean, once I immediately thought it was Jameson cold brew, but as soon as you're like, oh, Bridget picked it, I'm like, I don't think she'd go with something
It's like,
Jameson.
yeah, she wouldn't do that.
And
Yeah.
maybe she might even remember that we got that because you talk about the mystery whiskeys with her after we do it,
Oh yeah,
probably.
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I mean, she'll generally know. But just, I mean, this is never seen anything like this before. It's different.
Yeah. I don't know
Um,
that.
yeah, I don't know what the price point is or anything. It's actually a pretty nice bottle. But wow, very, very dark bourbon, 65 proof.
Well,
That is a new low, everybody.
That's true.
well, at least it's whiskey.
Yeah, it is whiskey.
So, depending on your classification of whiskey.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah.
Is that something you would keep at your? Would you drink that, Colin?
I would not drink this on its own,
Oh, gotcha.
but I would absolutely put it in my coffee in the morning.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I love coffee. I love whiskey. This is a little bit too much like drinking a room temperature coffee.
Yeah.
It's a really strong flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a whiskey, if I want to drink a glass of whiskey, and I think you two agree, like we could just drink a glass of whiskey, not this.
Yeah.
But this in a coffee or in a like an iced coffee
Mm,
or any kind of cocktail, I think would be really good.
yeah,
Okay.
Really good. It's definitely something to mix
for sure.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
I just want to say something. I don't think you guys even know this, but Um, I hid something at the shop, and I'll say it now because someone found it. Um, since December 16th, the day we opened. Actually, no, the week after that because it wasn't up that day. But the day the day I had it up, the I hid something at the shop, and whoever found it got a shot on me. You know, I would I'd buy
Okay.
them a shot. So what I did was the big chalkboard that's hanging up that has our menu. On the back of it is a whiteboard, and it's almost like close to the curtain. So on the whiteboard behind it, I go, the first person who reads this, tell Nick or something. It was like, so whoever reads this gets a shot, gets a free shot. And Tom found it, um, and he got a free shot. He hasn't redeemed it yet. He said he's waiting for the perfect day to redeem it, but
What was he doing that would lead him to
he
see that?
just
Because that
he
is not
just
easy
found
to
it.
see.
No, it's not. But he saw it and he goes, Nick, what is this?" And I go, "Wow, dude, it took 6 months, but you found it. Like, I can't believe it."
Wow.
Yeah, it's been up since December. Um, and so I just want to let everyone know that this is going to be a thing at the shop. And
Love
uh,
it.
I'm only going to promote it on the podcast. And of course, now Tom knows, but he can't win the next month, the next one. Like, after someone else finds the next one, then he can win again. But
Okay. Okay.
you can't keep winning. That's one of the rules. I'm gonna say, only because I told him not to tell anybody. But if you're listening to the podcast, just because
Now you're in.
we want people to listen to the podcast, I'm saying that there is now something else hidden at the shop. Um,
Oh
and if
man.
you find it, you get a free shot. And I'm either going to buy it or we have our own personal shelf in the back of mystery whiskeys that we're not allowed to sell, but I can give one away. You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
so if you find the next one, it'll be a mystery whiskey shot that you get. And
Nice.
it could be Tabasco whiskey, but it also could be a really nice bourbon. You know, who knows? Um,
That,
so
that's an awesome idea.
yep,
And I can't believe you didn't tell us about that.
yeah, I because I wasn't sure
Just
if
a
any
fun little
I
thing.
wasn't sure if any of you would. I wanted to see if like maybe I don't know, Colin. I feel like you're very like you notice things. You know what I mean? Like you go, oh,
Well,
okay,
this was hidden from view.
sure. But there's been a few times since that you've worked that had that thing up at the shop. So I
I
thought
know,
maybe
I
I was like
know.
I wanna see like because if you saw it, I would buy you a shot. You know what I mean? Like I would buy
True.
that shot. So I just want to now say that because Tom found it, there's another one hidden somewhere. So just letting you guys know.
All right. I guess I'm going to be looking out for it too.
Yeah. Um, that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's been the podcast, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
We will see you at the shop, or we'll see you at the cocktail class, or we'll see you at Whiskey Wednesday, or Caleb. Do you have next Thursday available, or the following Thursday? Because we gotta do a Thirsty
Um,
Thursday this month.
oh yeah, yeah. I do have one of them available, so we'll do one of them. I'd have to look at my schedule. So,
Oh my God! If you
um,
guys haven't tuned in to Thirsty Thursday, they're wild because Caleb literally threw up on screen last time.
all right.
After,
Well, it was vodka mixed with Tabasco sauce, pepper, and mayonnaise.
yeah, it was not good
It was
at all.
horrible. It was
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, it was
Anyway,
really bad.
spit it
And
all over. I still have the towel here that I used to clean up.
ew. So tune in. We
That's
go live.
awful.
We go live on Facebook. We go live on Facebook and Instagram for that one. We're still trying to figure out TikTok because I know that's where people
Yeah.
like to watch. But um, yeah. So check us out. Not if not this not, if not this Thursday, then the weekend after. So um,
Yeah, one of
Thursday, Thursday.
me. Yeah, I have to look. Maybe this Thursday, maybe next. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll let you know. And when we come up to when we I think what we could do is when we come up with the drinks we'll make, we'll post what we're gonna do so people can if people are watching and want to join along and get your opinion on those drinks as well, that'd be kind of fun. Um,
That's a good idea.
yeah. So stay tuned. That's something new that Caleb and I are doing. It's been really fun so far to try. Some of them
Yeah,
are
it's
really
been.
good. Like the screwball and pineapple juice tastes like a Butterfinger.
Oh yeah,
It's
that was the
so good.
Butterfinger one.
Yeah, it was
That was
so good.
awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, Whiskey Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, our podcast, our cocktail classes, and open every Friday, and our events. I'm sure we're doing a bunch of events coming up. So stay tuned. Check our social media. Check our Patreon page for updates. We love you. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.